What's going on, everybody? I'm going to show you guys what I saw today, why I took the trades I took, high time frame, bias, the entries you could have caught, and so on and so forth. The first thing to notice is we did have news at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. It was red folder news, but it didn't really do much. We left a data high, but it wasn't that big of a wick for me to be worried about it. The biggest thing that I cared about is we swept London highs on NQ. And the biggest thing is we were reacting off of a daily fair value gap. We inversed the 5 minute, and that's truthfully all the confirmation you need to get in the trade. Now, truthfully, I didn't notice that we inversed the 5 minute before market open. So you really could have got in at market open once we retapped and reacted back down to the downside, but I missed it. This is real trading. I'm human. I wasn't FOMO trading or anything like that. We obviously hit the London lows, but I'm expecting us to go a lot lower. So at this point, I'm just waiting for a retrace into a lower time frame fair value gap, whether it's on ES or an NQ. But for the combines, I strictly trade NQ or MNQ. But you see, we have this 2 minute gap on NQ, waiting for it to tap, which we finally did. And I'm waiting for the reaction, which that's there right there. You see that I get in. I get down like $1,000 before we really start going in the direction. I'm trailing my stop. Again, two minis. It's quite a bit, so just be careful. Trail the stop once you're in profit. So that was the combine trade. I was up about 1,600. That's way too much for the 50% consistency rule that a lot of the combines have. So I intentionally lost some money right there. I did mean to take that on M and Q because I only need to lose $30, but I actually took two minis and lost like 200, $300. But it is what it is. Just be careful if you're trying to do that. One thing I want to talk about while we're waiting for the trade to come through is what happened yesterday. You watched the video yesterday. We pretty much dumped the whole day, and then right when market closed, we shot back up. That was strictly because of Micron. Micron's a big memory company in the AI sector. With all the AI spending going on, their earnings matters. So they had a really strong earnings, strong outlook. They went up like 20%, and the market went with it. But that does not change the bias. You should not automatically flip your bias just because it happens. Understand what's happening with the market as a whole. One company does not make the market all of a sudden bullish, and vice versa if the opposite happens. So just something to keep in mind. Keep your higher time frame buyers in mind. We're reacting off a daily fair value gap, and that's what you got to focus on. If you're bearish, that's the perfect setup you want to see. So we're just being patient, waiting for a setup to form. Again, what am I looking for? I'm waiting for a lower time frame fair value gap to pop up, so we can retrace. I see reaction, and I can take it lower. You do see that we have this hourly gap right here. I'm not necessarily scared of it because I know that, again, the daily is more powerful than hourly. It's the first entry you could have took. 1 minute retracement, reaction back to the downside. I just wasn't paying attention. Looking to see if we had any news, but you see right here, bam. There's another 1 minute on QQQ, and I took it. I got in after the reaction, and now I'm just waiting to see if it's gonna play out. Just for transparency, I got in at 9:54 Eastern Standard Time, and I got taken out at 9:56 Eastern Standard Time. So 2 total minutes I was in the trade, and I made $164. Again, you know the rules that I do once I'm up 20%. I move my stops to break even. I don't want to get taken out. Sorry, I don't want to lose money on a small account. So that's why I do that, to protect capital and potentially make a lot, right? If we were to continue to dump, now to continue trailing. But I do get taken out. But again, overall, 2-minute trade and make $164. You cannot complain about that. Or at least I can't complain about that, especially with the small account. So to recap, why were we in this trade in the first place? Reacting off of a daily bearish fair value gap, had a strong 5-minute inversion at open, strong dumping momentum. And as long as you're bearish, what do you have to look for? A retrace into a lower time frame gap. It can be a 5-minute, a 3-minute, 4-minute, 2-minute. Well, it doesn't matter. Once it taps into that lower time frame gap, wait to actually see if we're respecting it. Are we actually gonna shoot back down? Once you see that happen, then you can enter. That saved me so much money. Wait for the confirmation, then enter. And that's it. That's the trade recap. Hope you guys learned something.